What's going on, guys? My name is Strug, representing Fairweather, and welcome to another commentary today. I wanted to talk about King's Row, how it's absolutely winnable every single time if you play it right. Here in the beginning, you saw a little clip of mine in competitive where I absolutely was able to basically 1v6 the entire enemy team, and it was kind of really cool to see that with Zarya, and that's probably the key player in this matchup. This next part that I'm showing you right now is a scrim that we had against 3.7, 3.8k team. They're not that amazing, but we still managed to pull off some of these plays that we learned earlier, and both of the Fairweather teams are really getting a hang of playing King's Row, especially King's Row attack up until the last phase. Now, the last phase of King's Row is a little difficult, but I want to show you today how to be able to dominate the map throughout without giving any specific details, but just being able to tell you how you can grow as a player inside of King's Row. Now ask yourself, what is King's Row? It's just a long line, a long street, and you're able to really charge your Zarya, take advantage of any close range fighter. And what are the characters that take advantage of close quarters? Off tanks. DPS, they can sit up top, they can poke some damage, but a Roadhog and a Zarya are literally the top dog in this map. I'm playing Roadhog right here on defense. I die a few more times than I should have, but it's fine. Still managed to get that 2k damage per death. That's all I care about, that over sumo stats. On Zarya, your main target as Anna if you're playing in competitive. If you're playing in scrims, it's a little different because you're playing around a certain hero or a certain character, but your Zarya is going to be your key player in Streets Flays. Honestly, if you want to run Diva towards the end or even run just triple DPS, that's oftentimes just as good. The concept of King's Row is winning these close quarter battles using better positioning and just better engagements, because that's all there is. Towards Streets Phase, you don't really get a lot of chances to take a breather and take a better position than your enemy. All you can really do is just advance further and fight better. In point 1, what I kind of did here is Zarya is I got my energy to 100 and I was able to immediately break their enemy Rhine shield. Step 1, initiation, check. After that, we're able to break down their supports, but their DPS was high ground. They jumped down. Obviously, this is comp. This is a low SR game. Everyone was smurfing in this game as diamond or something, but obviously, if they're Grandmaster, they'd be high ground, but even then, your Zarya would be able to block a lot of that damage, and the DPS would kind of be up there with their pants down because your Roadhog or something would just be able to get a lurk over there. But what I wanted to get across is the concept of Streets Phase. Point 1 is rather easy. As you can see in the beginning, your team just needs to be able to coordinate to bring pressure onto one opponent and just take them down. Dive is amazing. Rogue, the team that really won the latest monthly melee, they were absolutely dominant just because of the fact that they know how to nuke and they know when to nuke. They don't even run Zarya, they run triple DPS, and that's probably even more effective at the moment. But that's incredible scrim knowledge, incredible game knowledge, just to know when you're able to nuke. The entire concept of their comp is just being able to kill someone faster than the enemy team, and that works because they have the best DPS players. Generally, in these tight corners, the best thing you can do is pressure, and that's the thing that Zarya does. You take out a DPS or you take out a tank like I did, you initiate, you win the fight, and boom, onto Streets Phase. You should be able to win most of your fights if you're able to really take advantage of what I just said. Watch a lot of pro VODs, because I don't want to go into full detail because that would take forever to explain the concepts and the micros going into point 1, but it's rather easy. But going into point 2, you really want to conserve your ultimates. It's kind of like playing 2CP right here. If you ever watch a pro tournament, you can honestly imagine the amount of times you've seen pros get absolutely full held towards the end, and you're asking yourself, what's going on here? What are the micros being played here? What are the macros being played here with ultimate economy and everything like that? Generally, if you're able to have 2 full sets of ults during Streets Phase, you'll win it if you engage first and you engage smart. First half of Streets Phase is just, it's the attacking team's advantage, and generally right here, you don't want to spend too many ults. You just want to maybe get your grab out if you have it from point 1 like I did. I actually managed to capture point 1 with my graviton. That was really sick, and I was really happy I got the first ult of the game as Zarya, because I was absolutely able to just maintain high energy and really dominate the field right there. But if you go into first Streets Phase, a Roadhog lurk on high ground with your soldier, or even just a shatter speed will work just as fine. And you go there, the second part of Streets Phase where things get really interesting, because that's when the defending team starts to get a little bit of an advantage and they can stagger the hell out of you at that point. Generally, a lot of teams, what they'll do is have a soldier up top and have a Roadhog lurking on defense, and you're not able to get there. What's the counter to that? There's lots of counters, and obviously Zarya is still pretty good here, but on the last end of Streets Phase, you're going to want just some sort of break, some sort of ability to break through their comp, like a Sombra. That's actually what I wanted to explain. Just a character that can really just get through ultimate and then combo with your graviton and really make a difference at that ending. Because if you stagger, or if you lose a few fights, your team might get discouraged, especially in comp. So it's important to play it like 2CP in this case. And a lot of teams just play it like, oh, my team got lucky accidental ult economy and we won. Like, you just kind of have to think about these things. Like, this is how people get to top 500. It's about thinking about these macro plays that people just don't generally think about. And the importance of ult economy in this part of the game is just as important as 2CP. I'm stressing that in this general payload setting, like Dorado, for example. You're playing Dorado just to get momentum, and the moment you lose momentum, it's very hard to get it back. Last phase King's Row is really difficult if you don't really know what you're doing or you don't really know your team. The thing about it is you're going to have to not only play as smart as you did on phase 2, you also need that really keen eye to get through their defenses and really break the payload into their spawn, because right here they spawn so quickly and they're just able to stall it really fast. I don't know what it is about King's Row, but I have a hard time getting it to the end compared to a lot of the other payload maps. It's probably because they get so much cover and it's just so easy to defend right there and just stall it, considering their spawn is right next to the gate. But what you can do is have, again, you can have your Zarya try to break through that shield looking for the initiation. The reason I bring up Zarya so much is the fact that she's the easiest character to initiate in a comp game, and generally the tight hallways will always have you at full charge. So a lot of the issues you have initiating with a team is kind of devolved when you're running a Zarya and able to really break through. Obviously, triple DPS in Scrim is going to work far better, but a lot of the time you're just gonna want that easiest option, especially when you're just trying to rank up. But a thing I like to do is play D.Va towards the end, because D.Va's really able to cover a lot of ground, especially on that high ground. I switch to her a lot. I don't know if the normal team would. In comp, I have a hard time doing it, so I normally don't. I just stick to Zarya, and we usually win every single game that I play on King's Row. I don't know what it is about that, but I need to get that for every single map, not just King's Row. I have a hard time playing Ilio sometimes, but that's what I wanted to talk about today. Thank you for watching. New videos should be coming out soon. Fairweather, XP. See you guys later.